What down, family? It's your boy SNTV coming back at y'all with another Chiraq Street Legends. And this episode is going to be about none other than 051 PriBoi.
You know your ass ain't right, man. Soon I get that paperwork, man, I'm all over your ass, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. You know you ain't right, man. You lucky I went to Lawrence, man. They shipped me out, they took all my paperwork, man. I got the paperwork, man. I'm trying to get that shit right now, man. You know you bogus, man. Your ass in black and white, man. On face, you know you got down on me. I don't know how the fuck you got the hole early as fuck. You did 8 days, I did 30 days. What the fuck? You know what's going on, man.
Chicago, the low end, the south side. We talking 51st and Cottage Grove. That's the heart of 051 Young Money. One of the most notorious sets the city ever produced. Known for being locked in with some of the most dangerous crews and beefing with some of the most feared names. First, you gotta understand what 051 stand in the bigger picture. 051 Young Money posted on 51st and Cottage Grove, stretching through Bronzeville. They clicked up with Geo Drive, MOB, 757, and anybody repping that Mellywell Alliance. That mean they stand shoulder to shoulder with killers and certified steppers across the low end.
Free Devil, free Mac, free Tono, free Wooski. All pretty guys. Didn't know what the fuck going on, man.
And we fucked the ops crazy.
And we really
Top, lame ass nigga. And we up on all our we up on all our lame ass niggas. They know they pull up, this bitch gon' stutter.
But with every alliance comes enemies. And for 051, the beef run deep. They had it with 600, OTV, Taekwon World, and most importantly, THF 06. That THF beef been active for years, and it's one of the most disrespectful rivalries out the south side. Bodies been dropped on both sides.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? What's the word? What up right here?
PriBoi came up under the same banner as legends like Fats and Lil B. Both them dudes respected in the streets, known for being front line in their hoods. PriBoi was cool with them before they died, so he was already in that mix heavy. But Pri had more ties. His big brother 051 Kiddo, who was currently sitting down on a gun case, was another known name out that camp. Him and his brother been in the trenches, stamping their rep inside and outside the hood. PriBoi was one of the members who ain't just post up, he got active. He also one of the first to expose Lil J from STL for being a Geechee, a claim that went viral in the drill culture and made him one of them dudes people listened to when he spoke.
And they talk about ask him about Lil J. They say what's going on with Lil J in there. Well, they say what's going on with Lil J in there.
Lil J?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That nigga this bitch, daddy, that nigga don't deck it up, that nigga say, shit, bro, I ain't gonna lie on Tuka, bro, I hate that I'm getting, bro, like, I ain't doing that shit no more, though. Hey, what's wrong with you?
There you go. Yeah.
I don't see it, but what that man say? That nigga Elvio tell his ass, this thing, Elvio was there, Elvio tell his ass. At first, you know, he got a beachy man, he got it in that thing, you know?
Yeah.
There
you go.
That nigga a fucking, bro. He be trying to say smiles to me out, bro. He be trying to
say gay.
But the incident that changed everything for PriBoi came in May 2014, when 15-year-old Aaron Russian, a high school sophomore, was out in Bronzeville near 46 and Cottage Grove. It was still light outside when shots rang. Aaron was hit and rushed to Comer Children's Hospital, but he ain't make it. He was pronounced dead that same evening. The news reports say Aaron's death might have been connected to some drug activity, but in the streets, the whispers were louder. Aaron Russian would have turned 16 Wednesday. Instead, his friends, family, and teachers gathered at a memorial for the high school sophomore who was gunned down near his Bronzeville home Sunday afternoon. Aaron had spent the morning with his grandmother and brother, according to family. The trio went to the church and then shoe shopping, where Grandma Victoria Harris brought Aaron a pair of birthday shoes. When they got home, Aaron helped his grandmother make Sunday dinner before heading out with his brother and some friends. His last few moments with me were lovely, Victoria said. He sat on my lap, said, "I love you, Grandma." I said, "You still think you're my baby, don't you?" He said, "Yeah, kind of." He was just joking around. His thing to do was to pinch my cheek because grandmas love to pinch their grandkids' cheeks. He'd say, "Well, I'm doing it to you instead." About 40 minutes after Aaron left their home in the 1100 block of 47th Street, Victoria Harris got the call he'd been shot. Aaron was hit in his abdomen in the 4600 block of South Cottage Grove Avenue about 3 p.m., officials said. According to a witness, a man walked up to Aaron and asked him a question. When Aaron said no, the man shot him. The teen was pronounced dead at Comer Children's Hospital at 6:11 p.m. Sunday. PriBoi's name got tied to the situation. He was eventually picked up and charged for Aaron's murder. The courts gave him 20 years, but under Illinois law, he only had to serve 50%. That meant 10 years straight, and that's exactly what PriBoi did. This case was a turning point, not just for Aaron's family, who said they'd never be the same, but for 0512. They put up $1 million bond for PriBoi, showing just how much they value him. But PriBoi ended up violating the bond and had to sit his whole bid out. Sitting down for damn near a decade ain't no small thing. PriBoi went in young, came out a grown-ass man. Inside, word is he stayed tapped in with the streets, keeping up with who was sliding, who was switching sides, and who was still loyal. His name still ring bells even while he was gone. And with his brother Kiddo still locked, PriBoi being gone meant 051 had to hold it down without both of them on the block. But now, after serving 50% of that 20-year sentence, PriBoi back on the bricks. When PriBoi touched back down, it was different. The drill scene done evolved. The streets done changed. The shorties outside now don't even remember when Fats was alive. But PriBoi came back the same way he left, talking reckless and rapping, dropping disses, still claiming his side heavy, and letting it be known he ain't forgot none of the beef. With Mellyway still locked in and 051 still active, PriBoi's presence outside adds another dangerous piece to the puzzle. His allies still deep, and his ops still just as deadly. And with the internet magnifying every word he say, every diss he drop, PriBoi back to stirring the pot the same way he did before his bid. PriBoi's story got two sides. To some, he's a soldier who kept it solid, did his time, and came back stronger. To others, he's the reason a 15-year-old lost his life and the family's world was shattered. The streets gonna debate forever, but one thing is clear. PriBoi's certified name in 051 history. His ties to Fats, Kiddo, and the old Young Money camp make sure that. Now with him outside rapping and claiming his hood harder than ever, the big question remains. How long will it last? Can PriBoi pivot into his music, or will the streets pull him back in? One wrong move, he could end up back inside, or worse. That's the cycle Chicago streets to sing over and over again. From 51st and Cottage Grove, to $1 million bond, to a 20-year sentence cut in half, and now back in the field dissing and rapping. From his ties to Fats, to exposing Lil J, to being forever linked to the death of Aaron Rushing. PriBoi's name cemented in drill history, but the story ain't finished. So we gonna leave y'all with this. How will PriBoi's story end? Will he make it as a rapper, or get sucked right back into the same streets that took 10 years of his life? Get in the comments and let us know. And I think that what we can learn from the story of 051 PriBoi is this. At the end of the day, PriBoi's story just shows us the same cycle that keep running through Chicago streets. He went from fighting for respect, to catching a body, to sitting down for 10 years. And now he back outside, but the same danger's still waiting on him. Streets don't love nobody. You might get clout, you might get your name ringing in the hood, but it always comes with two options, a cell or a casket. Aaron Rushing was only 15 years old. His family would never be the same. And PriBoi lost 10 years of his life, sitting behind them walls. It don't matter how much money your gang put up for bond, how many songs you drop, or how much the internet hype you up. At the end of the day, the streets gonna keep taking. If you really wanna win, the lesson is simple. You gotta break the cycle. Don't wait till you lose a decade or your life to realize it. Move smarter, stay focused, and make sure your name live on for the right reasons. If you rocking with this story, make sure you hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe to Street Newz TV for more real stories straight out the streets of Chicago and beyond. Turn on them notifications so you don't miss the next episode of Chiraq Street Legends. And remember, streets don't love nobody. Learn the lessons, stay safe, and keep your back door locked. This has been another episode of Chiraq Street Legends. It's your boy, SNTV. I'm out.